morning, class. I'm Gil Bourbeau. I'm Water Resources Manager for the City of Santa Monica. It's my pleasure to welcome you here today to the dedication ceremony for the Arcadia Water Treatment Plant. We have a short program this morning with some comments from Mayor Richard Bloom and City Manager Rod Gould. Looking back, it was 1996, 15 years ago, when the gasoline additive MTBE leaked from pipelines from storage tanks and into our groundwater supplies, resulting in the loss of half of the city's water supply. And these shiny new facilities that you see here today are the result of thousands of hours of work on the part of hundreds of people to restore this resource. So we move forward with a renewed sense of pride, of purpose, to achieve water reliability, sustainability, and continuing Santa Monica's long history of environmental stewardship. And to continue on that theme, I'd like to introduce Mr. Richard Bloom, the Mayor of Santa Monica. He is also Chair of the Santa Monica Bay Restoration Commission and a member of the California Coastal Commission. Mayor Bloom.
Thank you, Gil, and good morning, everyone, and isn't it a wonderful morning? Welcome to the dedication of the Santa Monica Water Treatment Plant. $60 million of the world's best technology. So I want to make sure that we acknowledge my colleagues who are here today. I know that Terry O'Day and Bob Holbrook are here. I'm not sure if anyone else is coming from the City Council. But on behalf of Mayor Pro Tem Glenn Davis and every member of the Santa Monica City Council, we're very proud to be able to join you in this very auspicious occasion. Today does mark an important milestone in the full restoration of the city's groundwater and the reduction of the use of expensive imported water from Northern California and the Colorado River. Way back in 1995, Santa Monica was on the path to self-sufficiency with its water resources. Our wells were running at capacity, and our purchase of imported water from the Metropolitan Water District was as small as it could get. We were 1 year removed from the 1994 Northridge earthquake, where we were forced to experience true self-reliance for the first time, because we lost the ability to receive water from Metropolitan because of broken water pipelines and the like, and Santa Monica's wells then supplied all of the city's needs for a period of time after the earthquake. As you heard from Gil, the city lost half of its water supply due to the MTBE contamination that was discovered in 1996. The contamination knocked out 7 of the city's 11 wells, which represented 50% of the total water supply and 70% of the city's groundwater production capacity. Because of this, the city was forced to purchase the vast majority of its water from the Metropolitan Water District, which is imported water from hundreds of miles away, with all of the attendant costs for treatment and transport. Given the risks and uncertainty in California's water supply, the only reasonable response for Santa Monica is to reduce its reliance on imported water supply. And with the completion of this treatment plant and the recovery of lost groundwater production capacity, we finally now have the opportunity to accomplish this. But true self-sufficiency will be a considerable challenge, not only from the supply side, but on the demand side as well. It will require prudent management of our water resources and the search for additional supplies, as well as continuing efforts on behalf of the community to conserve and use water wisely. But Santa Monica has proven time and time again that we're up to the challenge. Now, we were among the first victims of MTBE pollution, and we will now set the standard with this facility for MTBE cleanup. We've proven that success can be wrestled out of even the worst of environmental disasters. We are here today as testament to Santa Monica's ongoing commitment to doing the right thing, from holding polluters, amongst them some of the most powerful corporations in the world, from holding them responsible for cleanup costs, to returning to a path, as we do here today, to water independence. Successive city councils and legions of Santa Monica staff and consultants worked hard to achieve this milestone. And credit is due to many people because we threw everything and everybody that was necessary into this epic battle for the environment. Their legacy and our legacy will be enormous. Here at this moment, we take a critical step in ensuring that legacy, so that years from now, when our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren sip from a glass of water drawn from Santa Monica's own carefully managed aquifers, it will be clean and pure water and a sustainable resource, just as nature intended it. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor, and thanks for everybody for coming today. There's a palpable sense of excitement in the group today because not only is it a beautiful day, as Richard points out, but it's a day for pride. Because this has been a mammoth endeavor of many years in the making. I've heard a number of you say, gee, it's bigger and more complicated than anything we imagined. And I hope you'll stick around and take the tour so you can understand how it really works. Water has been central to the history of California and also to the history of Santa Monica. It was in 1924 that residents of this area began to use the wells at this location to fuel the growth that would become part of Santa Monica's future. And it wasn't until 2006 when the city and its attorneys and its consultants were able to reach agreement with all the major oil companies, as the mayor indicated, to take responsibility for the MTBE contamination that occurred on this site and its remediation. This was a mammoth effort, as I mentioned, and one that few cities would take on. What you see today is the culmination of that huge effort, and it will serve the city very well for the future. The 21st century will see tremendous pressure on cities nationwide and globally, as well as here in Santa Monica, over a scarcity of important national resources. And the first amongst them is water. And so by being able to restart the pumps and the treatment plant in December and get clearance from the state to begin providing this water back to our residents and businesses this month, we've taken a big step toward the self-sufficiency goal that the council has recently re-enumerated for us. It is my pleasure to mention a few of the many players and the accomplishments that we are celebrating today, from former city council members, members of our city attorney's office, public works staff, a great number of our engineers, of course, and a number of our consultants and advisors as we've gone. First of all, in our city attorney's office, Marcia Mutri and Joe Lawrence. Where are they? Won a national award last year for its accomplishments in this area, and Jim Lawrence will no longer talk to us about anything that represents anything less than seven-figure threat to the city. Now playing in the big leagues. Former city manager John Jalili and Susan McCarthy, as well as Kate Vernay in our office, have done a tremendous amount of work. We heard from Gil Barboa. In our Water Resources Division, Miriam Cardenas is here. Miriam, where are you? Thank you, Miriam. And Lizette Gold is here somewhere, I hope, as well. So thank you, Lizette. I see Councilmember Shriver has arrived in the back. Thank you, Bobby. Our intrepid engineers involved, including Lee Swain here, who is recovering from wrist surgery, Mark Cudio, Bill Zine, Spiros Lazarus, and Alex Nazarchuk. Thank you, engineers. And numerous members of our finance staff poured over the numbers day and night to get it right. Finally, I'd like to mention some former staff who also played an important role. Craig Perkins, who was our former public works director. Marty Tachiki, Carol Kurtz, and John Monday. We got a great deal of assistance in the regulatory efforts, legislative support, legal counsel, and technical expertise. Let me acknowledge a few of the individuals and organizations involved. First, our Senators Barbara Boxer and Dianne Feinstein, as well as Representative Henry Waxman, were crucial to this overall effort. So was former State Senator Sheila Kuehl. And we've received a lot of legal advice, lots of attorneys in on this, but a few of them include Barry Groveman, Greg Patterson, Terry Bird, Dorothy Wolpert, Andrea Orden, who I met earlier, and Brock Gowdy. So thanks to all these attorneys. The board and fine staff of the Regional Water Quality Control Board included former Chair Susan Cloak, who couldn't be with us today for health reasons, and current Chair Fran Diamond, who is with us. Thank you very much, Fran. And the current Executive Officer, Sam Unger, and his staff. So thank you, Sam, as well. The EPA Region 9 staff includes Steve Linder, and he's here today somewhere. Steve, are you here? And the design builder of this facility, Blackhead Beach, represented by Chairman and CEO Lynn Rodman. So thank you very much. I'm constantly amazed by all the things that this fabulous city is able to do, and this is just one of them. And it's really important in the crush of business and the glare of the media to stop and celebrate every once in a while when you do something really special. This is one of those days. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Mayor Bloom. Could I ask you to come back up and we'll do the unveiling of the dedication plaque. We'll let our photographer set up and we'll give you a countdown. 3, 2.
Wait. This is collaborative. Everybody can help. Everybody. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you once again, Mayor Bloom and City Manager Rod Gould. We have a brief presentation from Stephanie Mullen, representing State Senator Frank Pavley.
Thank you very much. I am here today representing Senator Fran Pavley, who is Chair of Natural Resources and Water. And it is such a pleasure to have Santa Monica in our district. Once again, Santa Monica is leading the way, showing other cities great examples of sustainable projects that we can do. You're really taking care of your community, and we greatly appreciate that. So I have 2 certificates here today. One is from Assemblymember Julia Brownlee's office. Their staff were unable to come. And the other one, we do have a certificate for today's event, but we made it extra special. This is our Sustainability Award. And the Senator, we choose one location a month to give a Sustainability Award, and then we feature that venue in our newsletter. So I wanted to present this Sustainability Award to the City of Santa Monica, and thank you again for the work that you're doing.
Thank you all very much for joining us here today. You honor us with your presence. We're thrilled to get to this point and move forward. We'll conclude for today. I will ask you to stay around and take a tour if you'd like. We have tour guides. Miriam Cardenas in the back. Alex Nazarchuk is here in the middle. Handsome young man. Jimmy Malpete is also in the back. They are your tour guides. If you'd like to do that, they will start at the back where you signed in. If you are not going to keep your package, we ask that you please recycle it. There are boxes at the sign-in point up the front. And finally, we also have commemorative water bottles for you to take home if you will pick one up there. Thank you very much.